Hey everyone, it is September the 11th, 2025. I was currently listening to Miss Wisdom Speaks Truth, and she was talking about this is going to be your last start over. And I have started over several times in my life. And she's saying that this is going to be the last one. The last time you go all the way to ground zero and then have to rebuild from there. That's not going to happen again. So I have been actually inspired by her, listening to her glorious testimonies. I love the way, and she is such a good storyteller. I'm trying to work on my storytelling skills, but y'all know I got the little attention deficit thing where it's hard for me to stay on track. Some people love it, but some people don't like it. They want the condensed version, but I am the type of person that want to tell you all the details, right? So first, I don't know if you know me. If you do, if you don't, I am a single married woman. It's so crazy. It doesn't even make no sense. But my husband is incarcerated wrongfully in prison. So therefore, that's the married part. So I'm in something they call prison wife life, where we don't just leave our spouses because you take those vows for better or better. I'm sorry, better or worse. I'm sorry, I'm saying it backwards. Not better or better. And it's not too much worse than prison, right? So if I just jump ship because he's wrongfully incarcerated, what did that relationship mean to me in the first place? So that's how I'm married. But then how I am single is because when you go through life as a prison wife, you're living in this real world out here on your own. That's why I called myself the single mother by force, not choice, because my husband was taken. It made me become a single mother overnight. And my husband was like the breadwinner of our household. He was taking care of things that I could not. And when they took that part of the support, like the cornerstone of the family started to crumble. It was like we were demolished. But I held on so strong that I just would not let go of him, right? So I am a single married person. It's crazy. Don't even make no sense. But with all of that said, I knew the day would come. I really did not think my husband would do that long in prison because, when you feel like somebody is, not just feel, I know for a fact, I have all the evidence, but nobody wants to hear it, right? So I'm taking the hint several years later and I'm trying to just let it go, let it be. But when somebody is wrongfully incarcerated, you do think that they're going to be released because they're not the one that committed a crime. So why would they have innocent people incarcerated? Kind of how I think I found my purpose, girl. But that's not this story. So I really did not think my husband would be gone that long. Like, I literally thought it would take a couple years. If it was just going to take a lawyer, okay, give me some time to get my finances right. But I always just kept hitting roadblocks, and like how Wisdom Speaks Truth says, having to start over and over and over. It's like every time I thought I finally was going to be where, what she's talking about tonight is being where you were originally supposed to be. God is restoring you to where you were supposed to be if the enemy had not obstructed you, had not obstructed justice in your life, right? He be obstructing justice. So and most of my life, I knew I was not living. It feels like I'm living a counterfeit life. Like I'm living somebody else's life, because I'm like, this ain't what I saw. This ain't what God showed me. And I am not supposed to be begging, and I'm not supposed to be, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Like literally, if I told y'all the way I paid my light bill tonight, it is so embarrassing. It is so shameful. I'm not, after all, and after all the talents God embedded in me, I'm not supposed to be that low. But all that to say, I've struggled. I could not get him home. Justice is not as simple as 1, 2, 3, as showing and proving that, hey, he didn't do it. It's not like that in the real world. It is very much different, but that's the other channel. So upon me being a single mother and trying to constantly better myself, because I knew I was living this counterfeit life, but also trying to raise my daughter, our daughter, to the best of my ability, to where she didn't. I never wanted her to feel like she lacked something because her dad was taken from us. We did, however, raise her through prison visits together and expensive phone calls. So we did raise her together apart. That's another oxymoron. My whole life is an oxymoron. But I didn't want her to ever feel like she missed something. I wanted to get better. I was going to get lawyer money. We were going to be back together. And this was just going to be a speed bump or hurdle, or not a mountain, not the mountain that it's become. But faith of a mustard seed does move mountains. And that's what always kept me holding on, because it's this one little piece of faith I can't get rid of. If that last drop ever dries up, I could completely just stop. But it is something that will not let me let go. So fighting that, trying to get better, trying to raise our daughter to the best of my ability, it kind of is how I stayed in that relationship. It is now 23 years that I've been with him while he's been wrongfully incarcerated. I feel like we've been dragged through the mud. But that's how you stay so long, because of all those combination of things going, all those battles. I'm fighting like 3 to more battles, because I'm also fighting my body debilitating and things, my eyesight debilitating. So 4 or 5 tough battles. I'm fighting them simultaneously. And when you're in the fights of your life, you don't think about time. You're just trying to get through that battle to the other side, right? But time doesn't stop, so it's fleeting, it's passing you. So that's how people are like, how could you be with a man in prison for 23 years? And that's how, because I've had huge battles going on at the same, like war, not even battles. They're spiritual warfare. That's why they call it that, right? Simultaneously. But I knew that I had to get him home before our daughter was grown. I thought by 10, because he was taken from us when she was 9 months old, right? I thought by 10 he would get home and we could just get back to life. I know it's going to be hard. We're going to need some family counseling, but we can get past this. It didn't happen. Once you wait and you fight for 10 years, it's hard to leave somebody and say, okay, well, let's keep fighting till she's 18. 18, he still did not come home. She got through college. She did not come home. We had our 2 grandchildren. He did not come home. So right before our daughter, and I think this put a big hole in our daughter's heart by her father being absent. She knew him, and I always felt like it was my fault that I put this hole in her heart, because most times when people's people go to prison, they leave them. Not many stay around. I'm probably the only one sitting up here that just stayed around fighting. Not many people do that. So I felt like if I had not have stayed, she wouldn't know her father. Therefore, she would not have that pain. She would have the pain of him being absent from her life, but it wouldn't be the pain of, it's a different pain, right? So I felt like I put that pain in her life. So it caused her a lot of trauma.